Okay, so I wanted to do a reading about Chris Watts. He's the man that was arrested for murdering his family. He claims that his wife murdered the children and then he murdered her. And I was just really curious. I know a lot of people don't like it when I do these types of readings, but I just figured that I don't know, I wanted to know personally for myself. So I figured I would share it with you guys. So basically what I see here is that he's the one that definitely killed all of them, okay? And it was an emotional thing for him. Like, there was certain things, that emotions that came through when he was committing the act of murder, but all the other reasons, they overrode his sense of guilt or feelings about it. And what those things are is, number one, he had a new love come into his life. Okay, so this is his new love. This person rushed in, like they were sort of they caught him off guard, because what I got here is that he hadn't been happy in the relationship with his wife for quite a while, and he had contemplated divorce, or what I get is that he could have also already had contemplated murdering, but it was always something that he never acted on. It was okay, I'm just having a bad day, I just need to put it behind me and not do anything about it. So he basically sat on his ass for a long time being unhappy, mainly because he didn't have anything else, so he just went along with, he sort of went through the motions, through the day-to-day life things that he had to do or whatever, because it was just there was no other options. And when this person came rushing in, it was the wheel of fortune turned for him. He was oh wow, I have somebody new, somebody likes me, somebody that he, in his mind, was a better fit. And I'll explain why he felt that person was a better fit for him. What I got in the reading is that obviously they had money issues. It's all over this reading, and there was sort of he was working hard to create, to bring in income, and working hard to create things, but it was he was sort of, when he was in this mode, when he was not doing anything, he was sort of creating, trying to build sort of a secret new life for himself. And it was only put into implementation when he met the new person. So when he met this new person, he was okay, now is the time to make this happen, make this dream happen. So I have to do something, I have to work to do something to change my situation. I think he contemplated leaving, divorce, and there was issues, I guess, there with divorce, probably with money, with child custody, whatever it is. I think he just was not up for that, not up to deal with that. Now, what also this reading is showing me here is that she had to work to create money and help out the family, and what I got from this reading was that it was unexpected that she would do as well as she was. So it was she was doing well, she was bringing in money, and what the cards were telling me was that he was emasculated by this. And I think that he got a sense that she was going to leave him, or maybe they even talked about it, or talked about separation or something, because there's a little bit element of, like, even though he wanted out, he wanted to be the one to leave. Like, he didn't want her to leave him. So that's sort of part of it. I think what happened the night of, she came home, like he said, they had an emotional conversation because he had already killed the children and delivered the news to her that he had killed the kids. That's what the emotional conversation was about. And then obviously killed her. Now, what I asked the cards also, what like, why would he not be happy about her working and stuff? And it's because of emasculation. It's like having somebody take away your power and your ability to sort of bring home the bacon and be like the beggar, like, you know, like, oh, you're now wearing the pants in the relationship. Okay, so he didn't like that. There's also element of, I asked the cards, like, why would she why would he fear her leaving? And it's something about, like, obviously the money is a huge aspect. Like, he I don't know, it's like fear of having to pay money, fear of not having enough money. The money is a huge issue with this guy. Also, like, what I got from these cards was that, like, he thought that she wanted it to be the way it was when they first met. So, like, he felt like she was being nostalgic for the way it was in the beginning of the relationship, when, like, he was the breadwinner, everything was happy, it was, you know, like, they were newlyweds, like, it was a better feeling, a better situation all around, like, nostalgic for the love that was lost, okay? 'Cause, like, I think that he thought that she, like, looked at him differently now that she had to work and had to bring in money. Like, that he wasn't as much of a man as he once was. But, like, obviously that's just in his head. I asked, like, was she leaving him, and, you know, like, that sort of thing. And, like, this is where I felt like she had contemplated leaving him, but it was, like, a hard choice for her to make. Like, she couldn't quite get there. There was sort of talks about money, about, like, maybe it'd be better if we split, like, because we, you know, like, we have so many problems, like, you know, something like that. But, like, she couldn't quite get herself to that place where she would leave him. And I think it's just because she loved him. Now, when I asked, you know, to explain who this new person is, like, what does this person have over the wife, you know, that she's so much better. And, you know, what came through was these cards, and, you know, obviously it shows me that the person was very upfront very quickly about their feelings for him. Okay, so he liked that because, you know, his wife probably, you know, wasn't the same as she was in the beginning. So, you know, like, I know there's a lot on Facebook, like, gushing about him and stuff, but, like, as you can see, like, he's not tagged in any of those posts on Facebook, so I would be surprised if he even saw those posts. So, you know, you can portray that you feel a certain way about somebody online, but you may not actually portray those feelings to that person when you see that person. So, you know, you may say, oh, he's my rock, I love him, da da da, but then, like, when you actually see him, you know, you're like, oh, did you pay this bill? You know, like, very, like, cold, very matter of fact. And that's the feeling I get, because it's like, this person, when this person came in and was, like, gushing feelings for him, it was like kind of something that he hadn't gotten in a long time from his wife, okay? And this one kind of, I was like, what is this about? This could mean that the person doesn't have a lot of money. So it could mean that, like, she expects him to take care of her, where obviously in his marriage it's the opposite, where, you know, his wife was having to bring in money and things like that. So he may like that because it gives him back his, you know, the not being emasculated. And then I wanted some clarification, so I asked for clarification. And what these cards say to me is that there's also an element of the new girl that she is submissive in some aspects. So, like I said, like, she expects him to take care of her, you know, like that sort of thing, where it's like, not only is she submissive to him money-wise, but she's submissive to him, like, in her behavior. So, she lets him take the lead in everything. She doesn't fight with him, and she also doesn't make him worry, okay? So, like, it's very lighthearted fun with this new person, like every new relationship is. And then also, she doesn't worry about the relationship in return. So, like, he's married with kids, but, like, she doesn't care. Like, the new girl's, like, just, like, chilling. Like, she's just, like she's okay with being a side chick. And so, like, he likes that because she's not rocking the boat, you know, in his married life. So, and what these cards, you know, got, you know, relayed to me is that this is what he experiences at home. He experiences a lot of worry, and it's like worry about being a good husband, being a good father, bringing home money, paying the bills, you know, dealing with friction or tension with the wife, and then there's fighting. So behind closed doors is tension and fighting and things like that with the wife, okay? So now the new girl comes in, doesn't give him any of those problems, and it feels great. And so all this contemplation that went on before, it was like, no, I'm ready. I'm ready to make something happen, because I'm ready to get out of this. I want to leave these troubled waters behind. Like, I don't want to deal with tension or fighting or any of this shit anymore. And so it was like he just took matters into his own hands and went ahead and did it. And, you know, he's that type of person that, like, you know, he thought he could get away with it. Like, he thought, no problem, but, I mean, if I study body language, and, like, he's one of the worst liars I've ever seen. So, inevitable that he was going to get caught. But I'll tell you this, like, from these cards, like, there's not a whole lot of remorse. You know, it's more about, the only remorse that's there is, like, the remorse that, like, the relationship didn't stay the way it was. Like, he's sad that the relationship changed, because, like, that's the way he looks at it. Like, because the relationship changed and there were so many, like, problems, like, with money and with each other, and, you know, whatnot, like, it drove him to killing them. That's what in his mind he's thinking. And so it's not about the act. Like, he doesn't care that he killed them. It's just like, I wish that, like, things hadn't changed and I wouldn't have had to kill them. And, like, that's not what a normal person thinks like, you know? Like, that's a sociopath or a psychopath. Like, you know? And it's just like, that's just the way he thinks. Like, and, you know, like, he is so sad that he did not get this new start, because that's, like, all he could see. All he could see was, like, the new start and the wheel turning for him and the new love coming in, and, like, he was willing to put the work in to make it happen, you know? Like, he was just like, yeah, like, he would do anything for that new girl, you know? I don't think the new girl, like, knew that he was going to go to these lengths. No, without a doubt, I don't think she knew that. But, you know, it's like, so yeah, that's my reading on Chris Watts. I really believe that, he felt emasculated. There was so many money issues in their relationship, and it created tension and frustration and fighting within the marriage. And, like, it sucked all the love out of the relationship. And so there was, like, reminiscing about the way it used to be, and wishing that it could be the way it used to be, but knowing that it's, or, you know, maybe just thinking that there's no way we can get it back to that place. And, you know what, he probably would have just sat around unhappy if it weren't for this new person coming in. The new person changed his whole thought process on it, and he just wanted to start over. So, that's my reading, and I hope you liked it.